Respected sir, today in the subject of heat transfer, Aryan and I would like to present on forced convection. So let's start. As we know, convection is a type of heat transfer between solid surface and fluid in motion. There are two types of it, natural and forced. Natural is the one that takes place due to density difference, whereas forced is the one that takes place due to external means like fan, pump, etc. So let's deeply understand it. Mechanism of forced convection. As it involves fluid motion and heat conduction, it becomes quite complicated. So by Newton's law of cooling, the rate of convection heat transfer is given by convective coefficient into change in temperature, that is Ts minus T infinity. As we know, rate of convective heat transfer can also be given as minus K fluid into delta T by delta Y at Y equal to 0. By comparing two equations, we get convective heat transfer coefficient as the ratio of minus K fluid delta T by delta Y at Y equal to 0 to that of Ts minus T infinity. Then, no slip condition is the assumption that velocity of fluid is 0 at all, as we can see in the figure and the graph, respective graph shown. As a result, convective heat transfer coefficient in general varies along the flow direction, and mean convective coefficient is determined by averaging the local heat transfer coefficient over the entire surface. Now velocity boundary layer. It has been divided into three regions, as you can see in the diagram: laminar, transition and turbulent region. Laminar region is the region that comprises of laminar flow and turbulent flow. Transition region is the phase between laminar region and turbulent region. Turbulent region comprises of laminar sublayer, buffer layer and turbulent layer. Now let's understand the non-dimensional groups, in which the first one is Nusselt number. Nusselt number is nothing but the ratio of H delta to that of K. The another one is Reynolds number. Reynolds number is defined as the ratio of inertia forces to that of viscous forces. Now the Reynolds number can also be used to determine the type of flow. If the Reynolds number is less than 2000, then the flow is supposed to be laminar flow. If it is greater than 4000, then it's called turbulent flow, where if it lies between 2000 and 4000, then it is called transitional flow. The last one is the Prandtl number. Prandtl number is nothing but the ratio of molecular diffusivity of momentum to that of molecular diffusivity of heat. It is a measure of relative thickness of velocity and thermoboundary layer, where the fluid properties are mass density, specific heat capacity, dynamic viscosity, kinematic viscosity, thermal conductivity and thermal diffusivity. Now I would request Aryan to please continue.
So, thanks Ritik. Further, this is me, Aryan Patandi, roll number B13. So, we will talk about the thermal boundary layer. So, similarly to the VBL, that is the velocity boundary layer, a thermal boundary layer develops in a fluid at specific temperature, flows over surface which is at different temperature. The thickness of the TBL, that is the thermal boundary layer, delta T, is defined as the distance at which T minus Ts upon T infinity minus Ts equal to 0.99. The relative thickness of the VBL and the TBL is described by the PR number. So further, we're having for low PR fluids, that is the liquid metals, it diffuses much faster than the momentum flow, and the VBL, that is the velocity boundary, is fully contained within the TBL, that is the thermal boundary. On the other hand, for the higher PR fluids, that is oils, heat diffuses much slower than the momentum, and the table is contained within the VBL. So further, we are having the flow over flat plate. So in this we are able to explain the all types of flow, that is the laminar, turbulent and the um, one more it is, yeah. So the CF and the H for the flat plates can be determined by solving the conservation of mass, momentum and energy equations. They can also be measured experimentally. It is found that the Nu can be expressed as, so here's the form of an Nu, that is the HL by K. which is also equal to CREL raised to m into PR raised to n. So further up we are having the first type of flow, that is the laminar flow. So the CF and the NU at the location of X for laminar flow over the plate are NU at X is equal to HX by K, which is also equal to 0.332 REX to the power 1 by 2 into PR to the power 1 by 3. Here condition is that the PR should be greater than or equal to 0.6, and further we can reduce this formula. Further we can have the formula for CF, that is CFX suffix x equal to 0.664 divided by REX to the power 1 by 2, where x is the distance from the leading edge of the plate and REX is equal to rho V x upon mu. So the average CF and NU over the entire isothermal plate for laminar region are NU equal to HL by K, which is also equal to 0.64 REL raised to 1 by 2 PR raised to 1 by 3, and also the same condition for PR, which is greater than or equal to 0.6. And here the CF value comes like 1.328 divided by REL to the power 1 by 2. Now taking the critical RE, the length of the plate XCR, over which the flow is laminar and can be determined from, it is the RECR is equal to 5 into 10 raised to 5 5 into 10 raised to power 5 is equal to VXCR divided by. So further we are having the turbulent flow, which takes place at the flat isothermal plate, and the formula for NU and CF are given as the NU x is equal to HX by K, which is also equal to 0.0296 REX to the power 4 by 5 into PR to the power 1 by 3. So the condition here is that so the condition for PR should lie between 0.6 and 60, and for REX should lie between 5 into 10 raised to power 5 and 10 raised to power 7. So further the CFX formula is 0.0592 divided by REX to the power 1 by 5, and REX ranges from 5 raised to 5 and between 10 raised to 7. So here the average CF and NU over the isothermal plate in turbulent region R, which is the NU equal to HL by K, which is also equal to 0.037 REX to the power 4 by 5 into PR is to the power 1 by 3, where PR ranges from 0.6 to 60 and REL ranges from 5 to 10 to 5 and between 10 to 7. And same for CF, which is equal to 0.074 divided by REL to the power 1 by 5, and REL ranges from 5 to 10 to the power 5 and between 10 to 7. So yeah, I mean, like further we are having the combined laminar and turbulent flow. So it states that if the plate is sufficiently long for the flow to become turbulent and not long enough to disregard the laminar flow region, we should use the average value for CF and NX. Anyway, so here the CF value can be calculated as is given as 1 by L bracket integration from 0 to XCR CF x laminar dx plus integration of XCR to L CF x turbulent dx. So from this we can calculate the value of H, which comes H is equal to 1 by L integration from 0 to XCR HX laminar dx plus integration of XCR plus integration from XCR to L HX turbulent dx. So after performing the integrals and simplification, we can obtain the formula for Nu and Cf. It is also equal to Nu is equal to HL by K is equal to 0.037 Rex to the power 4 by 5 minus 871 whole bracket to the power into PR to the power 1 by 3, where PR is for 0.6 to 60 and REL is from 500 10 to 5 to 10 to 7. And also the CF value is equal to 0.074 divided by REL to the power 1 by 5 minus 1742 divided by REL. Well, REL ranges from 5 to 10 to 5 to the power into 10 to 7. Our relationships can be obtained for the case of isothermal surfaces, but also could be used approximately for the case of non-isothermal surfaces. In such cases, assume the surface's temperature be constant at some average value. So for isoflux, that is the uniform heat flux plate, the local Nusselt number, that is the Nu number, for laminar and turbulent flow can be found as. So for laminar flow, that is the isoflux plate, it is given as Nu at x is equal to hx by k equal to 0.453 Re to the power half into PR to the power 1 by 3. And for turbulent, that is the isoflux plate, Nu at x is equal to hx by k into which is also equal to 0.0308 Rex 0.8 PR to 1 by 3. So here's a note, note is that the isoflux relationship gives values that are 36% higher for laminar and 4% for turbulent flows related to the isothermal plate cases. So thank you, that's all. Any doubt you can comment down below, and yeah, peace.